In this podcast episode, Samuel Reineberg shares his harrowing experience as a cadet at Old Dominion University during an active shooter incident on March 12, 2026. He discusses his military background, the details of the attack, his heroic actions in neutralizing the attacker alongside fellow cadets, and the emotional aftermath. The conversation touches on the shooter's background and motivations, institutional responses, personal reflections on leadership and trauma, and how Samuel is coping. Samuel Reineberg is a prior enlisted soldier in the U.S. Army from Fort Eustis, Virginia, where he served as an 88-kilo watercraft operator aboard the logistics support vessel 5. He transitioned from enlisted service to pursue a commission as an Army officer through the ROTC program at Old Dominion University. A senior in military science, Samuel was awarded a Green to Gold scholarship and plans to commission as an active-duty second lieutenant in logistics in May 2026, with orders to Schofield Barracks, Hawaii, 25th Infantry Division. He shared insights into his work on the LSV, a versatile, flat-bottom, ocean-going logistical support vessel, emphasizing its capacity to deploy armored units and heavy equipment in unimproved ports. March 12th began as a regular day, with Samuel attending a military science class led by Lieutenant Colonel Brandon Shaw, the senior Army ROTC instructor at ODU. Due to elevated force protection levels related to tensions with Iran, cadets had been instructed to wear civilian clothes for recent weeks. During this senior military science class, Samuel and his partners were presenting combatant command briefs when an unknown individual entered the locked classroom without needing to be buzzed in. This man, identified later as Mohammed Jalla, asked if the class was a ROTC seminar before suddenly shouting, "Allah Akbar," and opening fire. Samuel described the rapid and chaotic nature of the attack, where the shooter immediately fired multiple rounds, fatally wounding Colonel Shaw and injuring 2 cadets. Rather than freezing, Samuel and other cadets jumped into action, wrestling the armed assailant to the ground and preventing further loss of life. Despite being unarmed, except for a few improvised weapons like knives and metal thermoses, Samuel and at least 3 other cadets pinned the shooter and neutralized the threat in under 4 minutes. Samuel recounted placing his hand on the slide of the shooter's Glock to prevent it from firing, showcasing quick thinking under extreme duress. Following the takedown, Samuel focused on providing first aid to Colonel Shaw, who had been shot in the upper right leg. Alongside other cadets, he improvised tourniquets to stem the bleeding and moved Shaw to a safer area to await emergency responders. Samuel described the urgency and gravity of the moment, including Shaw briefly regaining consciousness and requesting his inhaler before ultimately succumbing to his wounds. Other injured cadets were also treated, including one shot in the stomach, who continued to fight the attacker. Samuel's decisive actions under pressure exemplified trained leadership and selflessness. Samuel and the team received significant recognition for their heroism. He was awarded the Meritorious Service Medal for his role during the incident, which is being upgraded to the Soldier's Medal for Valor. The award ceremony took place at Colonel Shaw's funeral, an emotionally difficult moment for Samuel. He reflected on the survivor's guilt and weight of responsibility he feels, knowing that while they saved many lives, Colonel Shaw did not survive. The university administration and community expressed deep gratitude to Samuel and the other cadets, including a personal call from the university president and a celebratory dinner. Measures have been put in place to enhance campus security and honor Colonel Shaw's memory through various memorials, including commemorative events featuring ROTC cadets and the university's football team. The shooter, Mohammed Jalla, had a complex and dark history of radicalization. Recruited online by ISIS affiliates, he had resigned from the Army National Guard in 2015 after being influenced by extremist clerics. He traveled to West Africa and made contact with ISIS operatives while attempting to acquire weapons in the U.S. In 2016, he pleaded guilty to providing material support to ISIS and was sentenced to 11 years in prison, but was released. 5 years early due to a loophole related to a drug abuse rehabilitation program, despite having no drug convictions. Samuel highlighted this early release as a critical failure in the justice system that allowed a dangerous individual to re-enter society and carry out the attack. The episode stressed the troubling notion that U.S. government funding indirectly supports groups aligned with terrorism, exacerbating the problem of homegrown threats. Samuel candidly discussed the emotional toll the attack has taken on him, from lack of rest and appetite to vivid nightmares of the traumatic events, especially haunting images like Colonel Shaw's wide, lifeless eyes. While he acknowledged survivors' guilt initially, his feelings evolved more towards sadness and responsibility for the loss of a respected leader and friend. Samuel stated that he is not pursuing formal therapy, but instead copes through conversations with trusted mentors, friends, and spending time outdoors. He emphasized the importance of staying active and maintaining open communication and expressed cautious optimism about the future. The discussion revealed how training, instinct, and teamwork came together seamlessly during the crisis. Samuel credited the group's fluid, cohesive response as the key to their success in subduing the attacker quickly and minimizing casualties. The rapid transition from classroom activity to life-or-death physical confrontation was described as almost automatic, with no time for hesitation or fear to set in. This incident demonstrated the critical value of military and tactical training in civilian settings and the extraordinary courage exhibited by young cadets. Samuel shared that the university had been operating under heightened security protocols due to regional tensions with Iran. After the attack, the administration committed to stepping up security measures, working with local and state police to ensure a visible presence at training events and public functions. Policies such as having football players wear camouflage jerseys honoring Colonel Shaw and organizing Apache helicopter flyovers are part of the efforts to maintain morale and respect for the fallen leader. Samuel provided suggestions for improved security, but stressed the importance of balancing safety with maintaining an environment conducive to learning and growth. Despite the trauma, Samuel remains committed to service and intends to continue his military career with renewed motivation. He looks forward to joining the 25th Infantry Division in Hawaii and sees his upcoming duty as a positive focus amidst challenging times. Samuel expressed frustration and anger at systemic failures that allowed the attack to happen, but reaffirmed his dedication to protecting others. He also highlighted the importance of community, mentorship, and faith as resources that help him navigate the emotional aftermath. Samuel paid tribute to Colonel Shaw's leadership, expressing deep admiration and sorrow, and shared thoughts for the fallen officer's family, especially his young son. The episode ended with a shared prayer for healing and strength for those affected. Samuel's story stands as a powerful testimony to courage, resilience, and the vital role that prepared individuals play in crisis situations. The bonds formed in those intense moments endure, creating a network of warriors committed to each other's well-being and the mission ahead.